Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back yet again with another video. Welcome to the channel. I hope that everybody's having a great Sunday. I am on here a little later than usual, but I'm here. And if this is you guys' first time tuning in, my name is Joy, and I help people overcome narcissistic abuse. I myself have been dealing with narcissists since 2010. And since 2016, I have been helping people overcome narcissistic abuse, heal, move on, recover, gain awareness, gain understanding, gain their self-confidence, their self-esteem, their self-worth again, and just be a better, happy, healthier, successful person, So Tiana, hey girl, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you guys. So how is everybody doing? Like, I know that it's a lot going on in the world, right, you guys? How has everybody been kind of dealing with all of that? Hey Gary, how are you? Yes. Yeah, me myself, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. I have been kind of like following like the things that has been going on, like with like the riots and everything. And I personally don't watch TV, but I'm more of like a YouTube person. I don't know if any of you guys are like that too, but yeah, I try to stay away from the news, but I'm realizing like YouTube is kind of turning into the news, So I'm like, man, I definitely want to be conscious of what I'm watching, but I also want to just make sure I keep my vibration high, but also still be aware of what's going on in the world. You guys know what I mean? But I hope that you guys are staying safe and just continue to be positive. Keep God first. If anybody needs that encouragement. Also, you guys, I do offer support sessions. So if any of you guys ever just needed to talk, you needed to vent, I do offer one-on-one support sessions. You can find that available on my website. But yeah, I definitely want to get into the topic today. I want to talk about, actually, Gary's in the room. He was actually the one that asked me this, so I felt like I should do a video. How to handle whether it's a narcissist or just people in general, like when a narcissist ghosts you or people in general ghost you, like how to handle that. And I would love to hear you guys' feedback on how you've dealt with it yourself, what you did and how you handled it. But me, myself, and my own experience of dealing with narcissists and just people in general ghosting me. And sometimes, well, I will say this first. When you ghost a person, it just usually depends on what the case is and what the scenario is. So like, for instance, like if you're a victim and a survivor and you're ghosting a narcissist, you definitely want to do that. But if you are, let's say you don't know that they're a narcissist and they ghost you, that could really be hurtful. It could be very hard to understand. You could feel like, like crap, worthless. It could really make your confidence go down and you could feel like, did you do something wrong? You don't know what's going on, so you should now, again, this is a case where you're a victim or, you're going to become a survivor and you're dealing with a person. You may not know that they're a narcissist, but you kind of seen some signs and you felt like, they could be different, but you just don't know. The reason why that they ghost you is because, for one, they're probably talking to a new supply. They're giving you the silent treatment. They could be trying to teach you a lesson, and they want to probably, sometimes they do it to confuse you, again, to get back at you. Sometimes to stonewall you they do that, to maybe stop you from moving on. They do that to stop you from ending things. Because a lot of people, normal people, want closure. They kind of want to talk things out. They don't want to just end things on a bad note or end things without, wonder, like knowing what's going on or what happened, what I did wrong, or you want to end things on a good note. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when narcissists ghost you, that's usually what's happening. They don't want you to have peace of mind about the situation, right? They kind of want to torture you in a sense. Because they know like your mind is gonna do all the work, meaning like you're gonna be like, okay, like, did I do something wrong? Was it something that I said? Was it something that I did? You know what I mean? Now, in terms of handling this, you really kind of try not to like internalize it and try not to understand that it's not about you. You might want to just kind of, I know it may be hard to just kind of forget about it for the time being. Like, understand, like, people have ways of reaching out. And if they wanted to contact you, they would. So it's like, it's a choice that they're ghosting you. It's a choice that they're not talking to you, meaning like 9 times out of 10, they don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad to say, but that's, the case. And Gary, he said power and control is another. Yes, absolutely. Power and control, because they want to keep things in control. Yeah. And you don't want to give that other person control, whether it's a narc or not. Now, again, as I said, if you are ghosting from a narc, let's say you found out that this person's a narc, you found out that they're toxic, you found out that they're unhealthy, they're destructive, they're harmful to you. Yeah, you want to ghost that kind of person because you don't want them to be around you. A lot of us, if we're, normal people, or you could be an empath, you may be HSP, or just a normal person, you may give that person a warning. You may say, hey, this is not working out for me. I'm not really happy. And it's not you. I just want better for myself. And you may end things, whether it's over the phone, in person, over a text message, email. You may end it, right? But then that person doesn't hear from you. And in their mind, they're like, oh, well, they ghosted me. It's not that you ghosted them. You let them know that you're cutting them off. You know what I mean? So you're doing that for your own benefit, for your own safety, for your own health and wealth. You know what I mean? Wellness, I meant to say. So, yeah. But again, if this is, a toxic relationship with a narcissist, handling it, just understand that, again, it could be about power and control, just like Gary mentioned, in a way to just kind of get you to torture yourself, unfortunately, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, in all those ways. It's pretty crazy, you guys. And now if it's just someone, in general, let's say, like, it could be like a friend could ghost you, or, like it's like super random, like people at work, like coworkers could ghost you. Family members can ghost you. But it's more so about them and less about you. I think that's the lesson that you guys, if it's anything that you learn, it's like, it's not really about you, it's about that individual. You know what I mean? It's like they're doing it for some particular reason. It has nothing to do with you. Try not to take it personal. It's not your fault. It's not that you did anything wrong. If you're watching me, 9 times out of 10, you probably had good intentions. You're probably a good person. And not saying that they're a bad person. If they're a narc, that's a whole different story. But if it's just somebody, just normal person, then they may be going through something. So you may not want to take it on. It's not your problem, So that's how I would usually handle. Now, I don't know. I guess like in the instance with me in the narc that I dealt with, I could say, like, I was the one that told him, like, hey, I don't want him to come over because, again, I found out that he had a new supply. So I don't know. It could go either way. He could have felt like I ghosted him. I felt like I want no contact with him, and yeah, I just felt like I want no contact. And I'm sure he knew the reason why. He wasn't stupid. He knew what he did as far as him posting pictures of the new supply, trying to get a rouse out of me, trying to make me feel bad, try to make me regret the decision. But I was happy that I did, that I left him behind. But I know that there were times, I will tell you guys this, during the connection with me and the narc, he would ghost me for, and you guys let me know if this ever happened to you, like with like weeks to months. Like I wouldn't hear from him like in a while, and he'll just come back and just be like, oh, like, hey, Joy, like, how you doing? And you want to meet up? Like nothing ever happened. And like, because, like when you're in a connection with someone, you want to hear from them every day, like, or every other day. It would be weird, like, not to hear from a person on a daily basis, especially if it's somebody that you're dating, you're having a connection with. But like, and again, I didn't understand, dealing with the narcissist. But now that I look back, I'm like, wow, like there would be periods of time where I didn't hear from him. It'd be like months, like weeks. And just because, again, I wasn't experienced in relationships, I should have seen this as, him ghosting. Now, again, when they're ghosting you, they're just off living their life. They're doing their own thing. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about your feelings. You're nothing to them. I mean, just in general, you're nothing to them. But we may think like, oh, because when the narcissist, whether they're like love bombing us or when we are around them, we could feel like, oh my God, like they think the world of me, they love me, they care about me. But when you go through that period of time, like when you don't hear from them in a while, like they're off doing their own thing, whether it's like with another supply, with family, with friends, or whatever the case is, you know, or they're just like focused on their work or whatever. But you know, and not giving you that attention that you want or whatever it is that, you know, you need from the narc. But yeah, so that's what happens. And again, I don't know, and me myself, I guess I just kind of got used to the periods of time where I didn't hear from the narc. You know what I mean? I got used to like, you know, waiting maybe like a month or two to hear from him. And then when I did hear from him, I got excited. I was like, okay, he didn't forget about me. Like, okay, we're back on, you know. So it was almost kind of like, you know, a chase or runner kind of relationship, or like cat and mouse kind of thing. And you know, playing hard to get maybe on his end. And maybe I kind of did that too. I don't know. This was like years ago when I dealt with the narc. But yeah. But I would tell you guys though, once I finally cut it off with the narc, it was cold cut turkey. And I don't know. I just felt like he was giving me the silent treatment. I really did. Although, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like I did kind of want to hear from the narc during that period of time. Although I kind of let him know like, hey, I mean, he was already with someone, you know? And so, I don't know. I thought he was going to reach out because he usually reached out to me, but it was just like, nope. And even I think too, though, like this was before I went no contact with him when I was in a relation. Well, when we were, he was in a relationship with someone and he was trying to get me to be a side chick. There would be times where he would, he'd reach out to me and, you know, we would meet up and all that stuff. But then there would be times where I wouldn't hear from him in a while. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's because he's with his girlfriend. Maybe he's going to end it. But he never ended it like when I wanted him to end it. But he ended it when he wanted to, if that makes sense. And I don't really recommend being a side chick, you guys, or a side dude. It's not something that you want to do. It's like it's not a good feeling, trust me. You don't want to break up anybody's relationship. You don't want to be, what do they call it, like the home wrecker? That's not good, right? And again, I was 21 at the time. Right now I'm 31, so I definitely learned a lot. But yeah, I would say when someone ghosts you, trust me, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. It's not about you. It's more so about the other person, you know, and 9 times out of 10, they will reach back out to you, but it'll be on their own time, not your time. And that's, you don't want to deal with anybody that's going to ghost you. You know what I mean? Like you want to be with someone and date someone and talk to someone that's going to be real, that's going to communicate, that's going to, you know, support you and have your back and be there for you. You know, like you don't want to be with someone that's always just taking, and you're doing all the giving and you're trying to change them and you're trying to make them into a better person. That's up for them to do that. You know, they are a human being. They know what's right. They know what's wrong, you know, and you shouldn't have to go out of your way to change another person. You know what I mean? They have to want that, you know. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. And thank you again, Gary, for asking that question, because I can't remember if I did a ghosting video or not, but I think this is a good topic to talk about, especially right now. But you guys can ask me other questions too, like just in general about narcissists. Even like if y'all just want to talk about, what's going on in the world, please feel free to chime in. I really love to hear what you guys have to say. Gary, you said, Joy, another question is how to handle people who are friends with their exes. Ooh, that's a good one. I definitely want to make a video about that. But real quick, I would say that is a red flag because unless you have kids with that ex, if you do not have kids with that ex, there's no reason for them to be talking to their ex unless they're trying to reconcile, unless they're trying to monkey branch, unless they just want to keep them on the back burner, just in case if it doesn't work out with you. It's absolutely no reason why they should be communicating or talking to their ex. If there's no children involved, if there's no marriage involved, then that's an absolutely no-no. That's a no-no. So, and I would let them go. I would let them go. I would let them figure out what they want to do with their ex. And I don't know. I've actually dealt with that, you know, So I'm talking to someone now, but the guy before that, he had an ex that was in the picture, but she actually faked like she was pregnant just to keep the power and the control over him. But he actually allowed her to do that, so that was just on him. But that was just a lesson for me to learn. And I do believe that his ex was a narc. But anyway, yeah, and they were in communication, and it turns out that she wasn't pregnant, which I knew that all along. But just the fact that he was just like believing anything and everything that she said, he didn't even like look into it. He like believed everything and took her word over mine. So I was just like, no, it's over, that's your loss. But yeah, let them figure that out with their ex. Let them be with that person, because obviously if they're still talking to them and communicating with them, it's more than likely they're going to either be with them. They're entertaining the fact, they're entertaining the thought. Why are you entertaining it if I'm talking to you? So no, that's no. Let them be with that person. And I mean, you could forgive them and let them go. I wouldn't deal with it at all. I wouldn't put up with that. Not for a second. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. So yeah, and if you guys are feeling guided to do so, definitely can support the channel by donating to Live Narc Free Ministries. My Cash App is, actually, I'll put it in the chat if you guys are feeling guided to do so. And anything and everything is appreciated at all times. So I'm going to put in my Cash App in a live chat. And then if you guys want to donate to my PayPal, you're more than welcome to do so. Just if you like the content, if you like what I'm doing, you're supporting the mental health movement. Oh, and also, you guys, I wanted to let you know, because I actually got a few inquiries about this. If you guys want to order my Live Narc Free t-shirt, you can actually, there's a link below. When you check out, there's actually a 40% promo code called Spring9, because spring is here. So you get 40% off. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's always appreciated. Gary, you said, what if they say they're just friends? A lot of people do that. Yeah, that's a smoke screen. That's just an excuse to talk to an ex. That is absolutely no. What are you talking to your ex for? What's the point? Like I said, if you're not divorcing them, if you don't have children with them, if you don't have like assets and property, whatever, there's no reason you should be talking to your ex. By any means, none whatsoever. If you're talking to your ex, then that means that you still love them, you still care about them, and sometimes people just do it just to get the new person mad. Like you have like those immature people that want to see people fight over them. You want to stay away from those kind of people, because they just like the drama and the chaos. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, some people, quote unquote, could be friends with the next. You may have some people that are like, oh, like I don't hate that person. I get that. But to be in constant contact, constantly, like every day, that's no, absolutely not. So I'm not saying you have to hate the ex. I'm not saying that, but you just want to show the new person that you're talking to that you're committed to them. You want to be with them. You know what I mean? You want to help them to feel secure. Not saying that you're an insecure person, but just because some people do that. Like, let's say, for instance, like, if you're dating someone and that person is a good person, and they had maybe exes in the past that screwed them over, and all of a sudden, maybe they may look on social media and find out that, they're talking to someone else. That ex usually will try to come back and try to get their attention, try to see if they'll entertain it. It's not saying that ex wants to be with them. It's just they're doing that because, like, again, it's for the power and the control. And maybe they're just trying to see if they still got it, if they're still, that person still has feelings for them, but they don't want to be with them because it didn't work out for a reason, So, but if that person that you're dating entertains that, then that just kind of shows you their mindset, where they're at. You don't want you. For me, I wouldn't be able to trust that person, because it's like, okay, so you're gonna talk to an ex, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna entertain that. That means that, are you still considering being with them? So you always want to be careful about that. But yeah. Those are good questions, though, Gary. Very good questions. And yes, please, you guys, ask me more. Ask me more. Last question. You're fine. You can ask me as much as you want. I'm probably going to plan on being in here for another 10 minutes. So, and make sure y'all give this video a like, everybody, if you enjoy it. Last question says, how to handle comparisons and not always believing what you see on social media. Oh, you're saying like you're comparing your life to other people, or are you comparing yourself to like other like exes? You mean like a person you're talking to, ex, or are you just saying just in general, like comparing yourself to other people? Oh, everybody's on their own journey. Like, don't compare yourself. And if it's in regards to a relationship with an ex, oh, in general, okay, yeah. Yeah, everybody is just living their own life. It's a hard thing to do. It really is. But you got to know that people have their own individual stories, and they come from certain backgrounds and come from different situations and difficult situations, and it's led them to where they're at now. And no need to compare. I know that is like super hard. I know it is, because you could feel like, oh wow, that they're like in a better space than me, or they have achieved some sort of success and I want to be there too, and so you could feel like, well, why am I not there? Why, you know what I mean? But everything is divine timing too. Everything happens at the right time, the right moment. Yeah. I mean, I would say just take it as inspiration, take it as motivation for what you can do with your life, yeah, you never know what that person had to go through to get to where they're at now. You know what I mean? So just be happy for them. Just wish them the best, and just know that you can do it too. If that person can do it, you can do it as well. Keep your faith in God, talk to God, pray to God, know that you can have that and more as well. Believe in abundance, believe in success, believe in prosperity. It can happen for you too, So, and then you said not always believing what you see on social media. Yeah, that is kind of difficult, because I feel like people could make it seem like social media is everything. Especially for me though, the news, I dislike the news, because I feel like a lot of people believe everything on the news. And a lot of times it's just propaganda. But just kind of take things at face value, really just kind of do your own research, and see like, what's right and what's wrong. But yeah, just take it at face value. That's what I'd say. So I hope that was helpful. But yeah, you guys, like I said, I'm on here a little late. I slept in. I'm not gonna lie. I slept in, and I was just like, I want to do my live, because I love doing these lives with you guys. It makes me feel happy, and it keeps me going, and but yeah, you guys, it's a lot going on in the world. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely have been feeling the energy of the world itself. Like a lot of us were empaths, so we kind of feel other people's feelings. We take it on. And that's one of the things, something that I actually have been working on myself, is just kind of, understanding what's my energy and understanding what's other people's energy, if that makes sense, and just kind of recharging as needed. And also being an HSP as well. But I mean, it's a crazy world out there, you guys. And I definitely would encourage you to, to stay close to God, to pray, talk to people that support you, that have gone through what you've gone through. Don't be afraid to reach out, it's okay, and things are going to get better. It is like, I had to kind of just step back and be like, dude, like what is going on? But I had to realize, like, this is God's universe, and God is allowing things to happen for a certain reason. He's permitting it, and I don't know, I feel like he can see the bigger picture. You guys know what I mean? And it's like us, being we're spirits, but we live in a human body. But like us looking in the world and seeing what's going on, we're like, man, what the heck? But I feel like God is, if he's allowing it, it's just, man, I don't know. But I do feel like it's going to get better. I really do. I mean, and I love to know what you guys think about that too, especially, everything that's been happening, like with the shootings and with with COVID and all that stuff. And yeah, but it's going to get better though. I'll definitely say that. But as far as the ghosting though, like I said, it's not about you. And if somebody ghosts you, that should just be, especially if it's a narc or if it's like a toxic person, take it as a blessing in disguise, because it's like, again, if that person wanted to be with you, they would be with you, you know? Gary, you said people are losing their minds. Yeah, man, it's getting crazy, I literally, I talk to God every morning and every night, and I thank God for my life. And I hope you guys do the same thing. And you guys know we don't live forever. We're only on this planet for a certain amount of time. And yeah, I mean, so this is a funny story. I always say, God, thank you. I say, God, thank you for 97 years. Like, I want to live for 97 years. I know it's a long time, but I always thank God for that every night. And I know that I'll live that long, but it's like we're still going to die though, regardless, so it's just something for us to just think about, how we're living and how we're showing up in the world. And I don't know. I just would encourage everybody watching this is just to live full, live fully and die empty, like whatever goal or dream that you have, something that you want to do, I encourage you to just go after it. You don't have anything to lose. You don't have nothing to lose. We're not getting out of this world alive. So just go for it, but yeah. So yeah, you guys, I hope that this resonated with you all. I hope you all enjoyed this. And like I said, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, what you learned and all that good stuff. I'm gonna get a drink of water. So yeah, I'm gonna head out of here. If you guys want to learn more about how you can work with me one-on-one, you could definitely book a one-on-one consultation call and find out about my 90-day coaching program, Overcome Narcissistic Abuse or Turn Your Pain into Power. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Gary. Thank you so much. But yeah, and you can learn more about how you can work with me. I also do have video and audio courses that help you with moving on from the narcissist, to recognizing if you're dealing with a narcissist, to building better boundaries as a person, which we all need, and also to healing emotionally after dealing with a narcissist. Highly recommend checking that out. And like I said, if you want to support mental health awareness, get your Live Narc free t-shirt. You do get 40% off. And once you do purchase it, just let me know and send me a selfie and I'll post it. Just to, show the support with mental health, because especially right now, you guys, I would say mental health is extremely important, because if you're watching the news, you're watching TV, you're on YouTube, anything, it's crushing our mental health. It's crushing our confidence. It's crushing our self-esteem. It's making you feel like, oh my God, like what is going on? Like, am I losing my mind? Like what's happening? So you definitely want to be around people that are like-minded and people that not necessarily saying that think like you think, but you just want to have a good positive influences and good positive people around you. You know what I mean? So definitely don't hesitate to reach out. And if you guys want to book a support session, like I said, if you just want to vent, doesn't have to be about narcissists, but if you just need somebody to vent to, somebody to hear you out, if you just want clarity about a relationship or a situation, or this could also be about family too, definitely book a support session with me. I do have intro sessions, pay-as-you-go sessions, 4-week and 8-week coaching sessions. But that's all I have, you guys. I hope that this resonates. I hope that this video blesses you and helps you. If you want to share this video, you think it can help someone as well, please feel free to do so. But I'm signing out. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. And like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.